Today we will hear statements by the honourable members for the District of Conception Bay South, Exploits, Fairyland, Grand Falls, Windsor, Buckins, Arbor, Maine, and St. John's East, Kiddivity with leave. The Honourable, the member for Conception Bay South.
Thank you, Speaker. On October 2nd, the town of Conception Bay South hosted a dedication ceremony for the LAV 3 monument, which recognises the 40,000 Canadian Armed Forces who served in Afghanistan from 2001 to 2014 and commemorates the 162 Canadians who lost their lives. The LAV 3 monument is a permanent community symbol of remembrance which symbolises our continued support to our veterans and their families who lost their loved ones. It honours the 11 fallen soldiers who did not return home from Afghanistan and is a tribute to the sacrifice of our military service. The LAV 3 Monument Programme was established to commemorate Canada's mission in Afghanistan. The Canadian-made LAV 3 could reach speeds above 100 kilometres per hour and protected soldiers against enemy firepower during the Afghanistan War. This full-size decommissioned replica was one of 33 to be dedicated in Canada and the only one of its kind in Newfoundland and Labrador. The LAV 3 monument is on display in front of Conception Bay South's Town Hall. I'd like to thank members of the LAV 3 Dedication Committee and special thanks to Wayne Miller and Kathleen LeGros, who were instrumental in securing the funding for the LAV 3 monument. Thank you very much.
The Honourable, the member for Exploits.
Thank you, Speaker. This summer, central Newfoundland was placed into a state of emergency due to a major forest fire in the region. This forced residents on high alert, and some were displaced during this time. The volunteer groups in our area came to the aid of many, providing shelter, food, and other needs and assistance to the people left stranded. Some of those groups were the Exploit Search and Rescue, Salvation Army, local fire departments, Lions clubs, church groups, residents themselves, and many more. Speaker, I would like for all members in this House of Assembly to join me in extending a huge thank you and gratitude to all the volunteer groups in the Exploits District and surrounding area. Thank you.
The Honourable, the member for Fairyland.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise today in this Honourable House to recognise the many Come Home Here committees in the Fairyland District. This past summer, many communities and towns in the Fairyland District welcomed thousands of people home from parts of Newfoundland and Labrador and as well as around the world. I'm pleased to be part of those numerous events that were held. Most volunteers have spent the past few years preparing for these celebrations and have devoted countless hours in ensuring success on each and every event. With visitors engaging in an array of activities including cornhole tournaments, exceptional meals, activities for kids and adults, hikes, outdoor dances and local performers, it was enjoyed by all. The Come Home Year celebrations was a great success and showcased the spirit and friendship of the residents of the district. This was made possible because of the dedication and drive of the Come Home Year committees. Mr. Speaker, I ask all members in this House to join me in congratulating all Come Home Year committees for its many volunteers in organising such memorable events for the citizens of their communities and their continued commitment to our province to highlight all that make us Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. Thank you.
The Honourable, the member for Grand Falls, Windsor, Buckins.
Thank you, Speaker. Keith Antle is retiring next month after 35+ years of working with the town of Grand Falls, Windsor. Keith started as a summer student with the Parks and Recreation Department, and after graduating Memorial University, he took on the role as a foreman of Parks and Recreation. He will now retire as a Director of Community Services. No matter what role Keith has had, his style remained the same: easygoing, accessible, and welcoming. His door was always open. This philosophy is one of the reasons he will be greatly missed. Anyone can see that he is one of the most respected people in the town of Grand Falls, Windsor, by staff, volunteers, organizations, and partners. For 35 years, Keith has been the first one in his office, often before 6 a.m., and the last one to leave each day. He has dedicated his life to making Grand Falls, Windsor a great place to live for many families. For that, we say thank you. Thank you, Mr. Antle. Enjoy your welcome and deserved retirement with your wife, Maria, close family, and friends. Your community will miss you. Thank you, Speaker.
The The Honourable, the member for Harbour Main.
Thank you, Speaker. Recently, I had the honor of attending the 50th Anniversary Awards banquet of the Harbour Main Chapels Cove Lakeview Volunteer Fire Department. I rise today to recognize the members who have served in the past 50 years and who currently serve today. Thank you to the many volunteers who have given so much to ensure the protection of our communities. They selflessly give up their time and often put their own lives at risk. As first responders, they are our everyday heroes, and they are to be commended for their dedication and commitment. I would like to specifically mention Dennis Mercer, Jason Lewis, Terrence Dalton for receiving their 15-year service awards, Darrell Wall for 20 years, Tom Costello for 25 years, John Corbett for 30 years of service. These people are a true testament to the dedication of the Harbour Main Chapels Cove Lakeview Fire Department. Speaker, I must acknowledge another distinguished firefighter from my district, Dave King of Brigus. He recently passed away September the 17th. For 55 incredible years, Dave was a proud member of the Brigus Volunteer Fire Department. The stories of his courage and sacrifice will be forever remembered by his colleagues and the people of the community he loved and served. Thank you.
The Honourable, the member for St. John's East Kitivity with leave. Leave is granted. The Honourable, the member for St. John's East Kitivity.
Speaker, with leave of my colleagues here in the House, I'd like to deliver the statement. Speaker, today I rise in this Honourable House to recognize a long-standing volunteer in the beautiful and historic district of St. John's East, Kitivity. Born in Wesleyville in 1925, Mrs. Blanche Byrne moved to Mary Meeting Road in St. John's 70 years ago and became an active volunteer. Mrs. Byrne has volunteered with many community-based organizations, including the Canadian Girl Guides, CNIB, the Royal Canadian Legion, and many health-based organizations. In 1997, Blanche was appointed ambassador for the Cabot 500 celebrations. Blanche's dedication and commitment to community and province has been recognized with many honors and awards. The Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee, the 50-year pin with the Royal Canadian Legion, the Meritorious Service Award in 1991, along with many other certificates of appreciation. Speaker, Mrs. Byrne is watching us today on television, and I ask all my honourable colleagues to join me in thanking her for her volunteerism and join me in wishing her a happy 97th birthday today. Thank you.